Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 and today we're going to continue with the Kyrian Campaign quest, and we've been asked to head into Torghast. Find a way into Torghast, Tower of the Damned, jumped into the moor and ask Venari about a way into Torghast the Tower. The bond to your covenant is growing stronger, Enkidu. Good! The power lies within you to venture into Torghast and rescue our allies. You saw Bane Bloodhoof while assisting the broker in the moor. Perhaps this Venari knows a way to breach the jailer's tower and find the chieftain. So we need to head into the scary place, the jailer's tower itself, to see if we can find Bane Bloodhoof. When I peered into Torghast once before, you stood at my side. I believe that connection will allow me to see through your eyes as you navigate into its torments. Seek out Venari and request her aid, Moorwalker, and the following will be cast on you. Access to Torghast. Ooh. So I guess that means that it is time to venture into the moor, and it's time to take that big leap of faith down into the great big hole into the moor. So, Geronimo! And here we go. Bow. Hello, Venari, are you still here? I think, ooh, that was really good. I went straight to where she is. Yay! Venari, got any ideas where they might have taken Bane, or any way into that tower? Because we think that that might be where they've took him. So there's Venari's refuge on the map.
Do you feel the maw tearing at your mind?
Venari, how do I enter Torghast?
Torghast, huh? Once I told you that your friends were being held inside, I knew it was only a matter of time before you came to me for aid. Because I was able to anticipate your request, it just so happens I have already acquired a portal device that leads into the tower. I will dispense with the usual warnings and disclaimers, as your unique combination of courage and foolhardiness would render them moot. Do not ask how it was obtained. Simply consider it a gesture of goodwill that you are now obligated to repay. I look forward to our future transactions, Moorwalker. Have you come to trade, or to waste your breath?
Well, Moorwalker, what are you waiting for? The search for Bane. I dare not step inside that accursed tower myself, of course. While I cannot tell you exactly where your comrade is being held, I offer a gift to assist you. Use it inside Torghast. It should take you somewhere near your missing ally. Bane Bloodhoof was his name? Yes? Either that, or you'll end up trapped within the tower's ever-shifting halls for all eternity. But those are the risks we must take, I suppose. Best of luck. Enter Torghast and search for Bane, and we will receive a necklace. So it is now time
Discover more
to see if we can
secrets. Then
rescue
we can talk.
Bane. And the portal is very conveniently located, so you can see it straight from Venari's refuge, and then we're going to jump into the tower itself and start exploring. Right, so here is the map. So the marker is just inside the central ring, where you can see all of the different wings of Torghast Tower itself for your individual climbs, but of course we're here for a quest chapter, and that's a little pillar here right in front of us which is glowing, so I think this is the place to use that attuned crystal that Venari gave us. When infused with an attuned shard, this device can open hidden pathways within the tower. Use the attuned shard with the Wayfinder. You have joined the queue for Torghast Tower of the Damned. So now we're going to enter the tower. And I'm going to cut the tower section itself out and put this in part 2 without any commentary over it. So if you want to watch the tower run itself, watch campaign chapter 2 part 2, and I'll cut back in this video after the run. Back at the end of the run.
Home. Only to awaken in this place of torment.
So we've definitely found Bane, and he has definitely not been having a very fun time here. Right, so let's quickly get our health back up, and then we'll go talk to Bane, and we'll check this item that just dropped off the final boss for us.
My pleasure.
Hello Bane, I know you're not having a good time, how are you feeling? Prison of the Forgotten. As you stare at the object you found, you sense it may lead you to another part of this wretched tower. Perhaps Venari may know more of its purpose. Take the object back to Venari. Okay, we will do that.
Hello.
Thank you for our song, little buddy. Hey Bane, let's get you out of those chains.
Champion, I saw you escape before we were recaptured. Do you have the means to take us out of the law?
That's the plan, Bane. Let's get out of here. So the exit's just over here. Is he just going to walk out the exit? That's it, Bane. Let's get you out of this exit. Just this way, my friend. There we go. So we found Bane. Yay! So we need to head back to talk to Venari. Bane looks a little bit wobbly, like he's not very stable on his feet, so let's head straight back to the exit, which is right behind us. Straight up the stairs and straight forward and through that door. And we'll turn that quest into Venari and we'll get Bane out through the portal. Back into Oribos. Take him to Bolvar, get him some proper medical care. Just this way, a little bit up here, Bane. We've not got far to go, my friend. She's right round this corner. Just need to talk to the lady. Hey Venari, I picked up this thing in the tower. Got any use for it or any idea what it is? This was carried by one of the jailer's more powerful guards. Do you know what it is? I do, and shall tell you after you see to it that your friend there is in Oribos. Come back to me once he's safe. Okay, so we've got further deeds to do with Venari, and she's making sure that we're going to come back after we take Bane out of here by not telling us until we come back. So let's get Bane out of here and back to Bolvar.
The Waystone. I hope your presence allows me to travel through it as well. I will stay close. May the Earth Mother guide our path.
Here we go. Everyone keeps telling us we can take people with us. Yeah,
the Waystone worked. What a remarkable place.
This is Oribos, Bane. If you can just keep on your feet for a few more minutes, I'll take you over to Bolvar, and then he's got some friends. I'm sure we've got at least a few medical people among those. Get you back stable on your feet. Right as rain, very quickly. Hey Bolvar, I found him. I think he needs a good sleep, a good bed, a good rest, some nice food and some medical care.
I will aid you as best I can.
You found him! Finding Bane was no easy feat, but you braved the horrors of that tower and succeeded. Well done. But I fear your work is only just beginning. Yes, I had that feeling too. Explore Torghast. Bane is safe, but our other allies are still prisoners of the jailer. They remain in grave peril. Torghast is a constantly changing place, shifting according to the will of its master. It may be impossible to track them through normal means. Enter its cell blocks and see what information you can find. Seek any clue that might lead us to our missing friends and bring it back to me. Explore Torghast for clues to locate your allies. And you'll receive a cloak and some soul ash. So we have to go back into the moor to speak to Venari and to follow through with Bolvar's quest. Now I might cut out some of the footage as we go forward because I think this could take a while. I went to jump back into the moor and I found a quest from one of the members of the cartel. Trust issues. Ah, Moor Walker. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Verain. I deal with assets and liabilities for Cartel Vey. I have heard that you are able to freely travel between Oribos and the Moor, a place of great interest to my cartel. Would you mind if I ask you a few questions about it? You will of course be properly compensated for your time and information. They are the most valuable of commodities after all. Answer Verain's questions. I appreciate your willingness to provide us with knowledge of the Moor. Question 1. Is it true that the jailer's forces have grown in both strength and number? Yes, the jailer's forces have grown more powerful since Denathrius's betrayal. I don't see any trouble in telling her that. Ah, so it remains quite a dangerous place in which to conduct business. That leads to my next inquiry. Question 2. Do you find it challenging to survive amidst the oppressive and unceasing horrors within the Moor? I'm sorry, what did you say that was for? Of course. That brings me to my final question. As you have braved the Moor, has Venari proven to be a valuable ally to you? Before you answer, you remember that Venari specifically told you not to mention your arrangement to anyone. Who's Venari? Oh, I'm sure you're quite familiar with her by now. There is no way a mortal like you could survive an excursion in the Moor without her assistance. Tell me everything about your dealings with Venari. If she has chosen not to return to Oribos with you, then she will have questions to answer as well. I have never heard of anyone called Venari, dear. Now stop asking silly questions. Yes, so now they're very certain that Venari is there, but we didn't betray her by answering the questions, and we didn't give them any big information that wasn't readily available to anyone else. But I do find it really interesting that they are asking these questions, and quite persistently as well. I hope there are some potentially really interesting stories to come later in the expansion about the cartel and about all of their wheeler dealings and what all the motivations are behind all of them, because that would be so much fun.
Time. You do not.
Trust issues. Cartel Vey was asking you questions about me. I'm flattered. Make sure you never tell them anything. Ever. Come, there's work to do.
Procure something of value.
So, tell me about that thing that guy dropped. I believe this is a key of sorts to a chamber within Torghast. Search the antechamber for a device that will accept it. Where it leads after that, I could only speculate. Rule 4. Make a list. I've discovered that one of the jailer's inquisitors is attempting to devise a method to track my movements. Clearly that is a problem for me, and by extension it is a problem for you. The Inquisitor has risen to the top of my list of potential threats. In the past I would have had to deal with him myself, but now I have a business partner. Put an end to him, yes, and if you can, determine exactly how he intended to track me. Kill Inquisitor Devaki and find out how he is trying to track Venari.
Rule 4. Maintain a list of those who might wish to end your existence.
And she also has weekly quests for us for Stygia, the jailer's share, and Eye of the Scryer.
At the top of my list is an Inquisitor. His position has risen. I would be most generous were his existence to cease by your actions.
So that's her voice lines that are going alongside the quest that she gave us. So we've now got to go into Torghast, and then we've got a couple of quests for Venari as well, and then the Rule 4 quest. So this is going to keep us busy for a little while in the Moor and in Torghast itself. Now I'm pretty sure that the side quests for Venari are just her weekly quests, not part of the actual Kyrian campaign itself, and I'm sure everyone will get those. But let's head inside Torghast and see about this key. No, I think the quest marker is off to the side. Yes, it is. So this is the door that we need to go to with the key that Venari brought for us. As you place the key into the device, it shudders for a moment. And then it's putting us inside the rune carver's oubliette. So here's the rune carver for making it legendaries. Deep within. Who are you? Have you come to extract more of my memories? I'm afraid there aren't any useful memories left, save for the memories of my imprisonment. Or perhaps you're here for something else. Speak with the prisoner and learn of his situation. So it sounds like the poor guy's been trapped here for a very long time, and they've been stealing his memories slowly from him, so he's got very little of himself left anymore. Sounds like a rather horrendous torment and torture, doesn't it? So, ugh. Who are you? Why are you here?
Are you? What is something else? A mortal? No. Yes, a mortal walks the maw all the way to my prison to save me, to use me. I was used by him, a jailer, used to make oh, my memories. Did you take them? No, he took them. Used me for his purpose, and left me here. Bereft of memory for how long? It matters not. Time, after all, is not a construct of death. More Walker. You come. You go. To free me? Perhaps. To aid me, yes. To aid me as I aid you. Fate, you see, has bound us. I recall so little.
You could be the key to my freedom. Will you help me, mortal? I guess we are going to be helping him, yes. Because we would really kind of like a legendary at some point during the expansion. Yes, please. And also would like to investigate the mystery of who he is. Reawakening. If you can retrieve my memories, I can help you. At least, I believe I can. Then, perhaps we can help each other. Find a stolen memory of the rune carver.
The fragments of memory. What have you found?
Right, so we need to go and find a memory for him. And this is a quest version, so I'm sure that this is fairly close by. So we're going to head out, see if we can find his memory, do some of the quests for Venari, and then we will pop back in a little bit and see where all of this leads us. The rune carver's memory is found within the maw, and that leads to the legendary quest chain, and Venari sends us back to Bolvar. What did you find? A soul-touched key. Bolvar studies the object intently. I sense a familiar essence. The holder of this key may have been involved in the capture of Jaina Proudmoore. I require time for further research. I will contact you once I determine our next course of action.
Oh,
The Shadowlands was never meant for mortal eyes. And that is the end of that quest chain.